What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and one of my least favorite things to see in the gaming industry is when one of these dreadful video game studios gets its hands on a beloved franchise and decides to mutilate it.
This is the worst!
Star Wars, of course, is one of many brands that has had this done to it over the past decade or so, with mediocre to just plain terrible content coming out with its name attached, effectively killing the franchise. And in the past few years, these cultural vampires in the entertainment industry have turned their attention to a new target, J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth, with the supremely awful Rings of Power Amazon show, which rewrote beloved characters, the very stupid War of the Rohirrim anime with the invented girl boss in it that nobody asked for, and even the extremely terrible looking video game Gollum, which came out just a few years ago. But Hobbits had remained fairly untouched and safe in their Shire while this attack has been going on, until now. It seems the eye of Sauron is upon them. No! Do any of you guys remember Tales of the Shire? In case you don't, let me give you a little refresher on this turd, but prepare yourself because this stuff is cringy as hell.
We love hobbits, and with Tales of the Shire, we want to immerse you in their world.
We just really want Tales of the Shire to feel like a warm hug.
That was so terrible, I think you gave me cancer!
Yeah, Tales of the Shire looks awful. The graphics look like they belong on the Nintendo Wii or the PS2 or something like that. The DEI hobbits look extremely out of place in Tolkien's world. This thing has been so badly received, this game has been so roundly mocked by gamers across the world that Netflix, which is starting to dabble in games, has canceled the game's release on their platform. All of this is really bad for Tales of the Shire, but to top it off, since this game is releasing in a little over a month, I thought I'd do some research on the developer, Weta Workshop.
Don't dig too deep. You might get burned by the molten lava.
Yeah, there was definitely some molten lava at the bottom of what I dug into. After looking into a few of the developers working on this game, I found that the people who worked on it are as into extreme progressive politics as you would imagine they are. I'm going to show you what this one particular feminist jackass at this studio thinks. This woman here is from the trailer that I just showed you, and she appears to be a major extremist who despises average people. For anyone out there who might have been even on the fence about maybe trying this game out, I recommend that you don't. We need to teach them that, for these sorts of people anyhow, the Lord of the Rings franchise is not a gold mine.
This is no mine. It's a tomb.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. We have actually just surpassed another subscriber milestone, so it is time to celebrate by asking the question that most of you know is coming.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Go! We just reached 120,000 space pirate a-holes in this Buccaneer crew, and as is the custom on this channel, with every 1,000 subscribers, I add a new ship to the fleet in order to house the newcomers. This time, one of you suggested the Arcadia from the old cartoon Arcadia of My Youth, a legit space pirate ship. This definitely needed to be in the fleet. But anyhow, if you have any recommendations for future ships, drop them into the comment section below and I will add them to the list. Super chats get bumped to the top of the list with the other super chats, and also, for your reference, I added an alphabetical list of all the ships already in the fleet to the description of this video. But in any case, thanks for being here everyone, I really appreciate it.
I knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
Anyways, let's dive on into this abomination that is Tales of the Shire, and let's take a look at this particular employee who is really bad for the company. As always, whenever I show you information about specific people, I implore you all not to contact them in any way. If you want to do research to see what they think, that's cool. There's a lot of stuff to see under this person's profile, but it does not help to interact with them in any way. Even the most innocent questions will get spun as harassment by these people. So yeah, just leave this person alone. Anyhow, this lady here, who appears in that Tales of the Shire trailer, her name is Calliope Ryder. She was the lead producer of Tales of the Shire and has acted as one of the primary spokespersons for it, doing interviews and all that sort of thing. But digging into her social media revealed that this person is a bit of a nutcase, who doesn't much care for the sort of average, everyday gamer that she probably is hoping will end up buying this Shire game. Here she is on November 6th, weighing in on the American election and having a little bit of a meltdown, saying, how can all these God-fearing parents in America vote for someone who would do bad stuff that I can't say on YouTube to their daughters? Christianity, my ass. And it feels like this is probably a good time to mention that her ignorant ass is actually a resident of New Zealand, which is where Weta Workshop is based. But she totally felt the need to tell Americans how to vote in their election, because this is someone who listens to the surface level news from the mainstream media. I'm not going to get into how deluded she is with her characterization in this tweet. I will just say this: cope and seethe, you miserable subversive turd. But let's look at some more of what this buffoon has to say. Here she said, I promise, I've never received a message from a higher up that said needs more diversity so we can get government funding. It's just that games are made by and for a wide range of people with varying experiences. There's no scary cabal forcing devs to add women and POC to games. Yeah, let me weigh in on that. You never received a message about that because you didn't need to, you schmuck. You are the activist trying to push this kind of crap onto the people. Hiring a left-wing extremist like you was the push to do this to games. So no duh, you never got a message. That would be like telling the bullet, which has already been fired and is on its way toward its intended target, to cause destruction. You don't need to tell the bullet that. The bullet is going to do it. But then she added to this message saying, I don't think these people, meaning gamers, understand that there's a very broad market of gamers. Representation does matter to many players. In some games, much more than others. Games are designed by the community that made them, but also by the market that will buy them. Well, to me, that sounds like she's advocating for the modern audience. I will be very interested to see if that modern audience comes out to save her game's ass next month. But if you look at the way this thing has been received, I have my doubts. This trailer here came out 9 months ago, and it's been ratioed with only 3,500 likes to 15,000 dislikes. Or look at this trailer here with less than 400 likes on a video that has over 900,000 views, and it's got 1.4 thousand dislikes. Everything these people put out about this game is consistently ripped to shreds by gamers, so it seems to me that she might be the one who's out of touch and doesn't understand what people want. And speaking of out of touch, here's her dumb ass citing a report in August that said the gaming industry is showing signs of recovery, saying that nature is healing. And then look at all the flops that have happened since then. Star Wars Outlaws, Concord, Dragon Age the Veilguard, hell, even games like Black Ops 6, which obviously wasn't a flop, but even that sold poorly compared to older Call of Duty titles. Anyhow, there's more to see from this person's profile, but I'm running out of time here, so I wanted to give you just a taste of what this partisan, activist shithead thinks about gamers and the gaming industry. I think there's a good reason why the game looks like it does. Keep in mind, as I said before, this person has been one of the chief spokespersons for the game. She apparently speaks for the studio who made it. In other words, unless you're a brainwashed, progressive fart sniffer like them, it would seem that the people at Weta Workshop hate you, and would probably prefer it if you didn't buy their game. I recommend that we oblige their wishes, but I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mockery of this terrible looking game into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.